Um, I sat and thought and had all these cards, and managed to only fill out 4. But I feel that Kenny and I spent a lifetime together, so I should be able to win it. But I'll start at the beginning. When Sherry and I decided to have children, or I don't even know if we decided, we had Kenny. A deal I made with her is if she got the first name, I'd get the middle name, and vice versa. And one of the first names that Sherry came up with was Ship. She almost got me with that one, Ship. I said, let's work on it some more. Then she said, Ship. And I said, well, that works because his middle name could be Regal. So, if you're young men, I tell you now, get involved in the process of naming your children. You let your lady have control, man. I have a coworker out here somewhere. She told me a story once at work that she would always get her hand slapped or get disciplined for spelling her name wrong. And then she finally said, heck, her parents didn't even know how to spell her name. So she spelled it right. They didn't know it was right, and they were indifferent, spelled it wrong. So for now, I'm still here. I don't know if I told that quite right, but I tried. But anyway, Sherry had a very close relationship with my father. So we ended up coming back first with the name Kenneth. And I like that. My father begged us not to give him his entire name, Kenneth Woodford McKinney. Woody got that on him. But anyway, he really begged. So we came up with Blake, and I did a lot of study on that. Kenneth means quick and handsome. So nephew, just remember that, quick and handsome. And Blake meant pale or pallid. And this boy had his name before he came out, so he definitely lived up to the pale pallid part. And I would always tease Sherry about that. Are you sure this is my boy? But as many of us in our family started to have children, by his own son, that paleness was something that was to be carried on. But from the very first time I held Kenny, he was in a fight. A fight through the miracles of modern medicine, the miracle and the grace of God. We had it for 29 years. And Sherry and I were talking about this the other day, that when he turned 5, we were holding our breath. When he turned 10, we were holding our breath. Then 15 came along. Then 20 came along. And we finally thought we were past the curve, didn't we, sweetheart? But I am thankful that I had Kenny for 29 years. He was actually even my roommate once. What I mean by roommate is he actually paid some bills. And actually, he was the best roommate I had. And I've had quite a few from college through now. And he was a very meticulous young man. And as many that know him have seen his room prior to him getting married and having children, a fiance. He was very meticulous. His shirts were lined up in color-coordinated order. His pants in the same order. I think he even ironed his underwear. I'm not sure. He didn't get it from me or his mother. So we were talking about that also, where it's not necessarily environment. Sometimes in genes. Now, his grandmother, Pearl McKinney, she was meticulous. And I think that's where he got that from. But Sherry, I'm sure didn't get that from us. But not to take too long here, because I hope some other people speak. But from the time I know he was fighting for his life, I think Kenny and I created a great bond. There were many times where I'd come to visit him while I was in college, and when it was time for me to go, he would have a fit to where we got to take